What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Star Wars Closet, where we dive deep into a galaxy far, far away. And remember, this is historical context because this happened a long time ago. Today will be a controversial one because we are diving into the eras of Star Wars. More specifically, my favorite era of Star Wars. Not only is it my favorite era, it will be my argument for why this particular era is the best of them all. You've got the OG trilogy. And for context, that's the one I started with. You have the prequels that started in 1999 that went all the way to 2005. And the Disney universe. I'm sorry, the sequels. There's obviously way more to dive into when it comes to Star Wars. However, we will be talking about one of the three main eras of Star Wars. And I, Star Wars Closet, am here to make a bold claim once again. And if there's one thing I've learned since starting this journey on YouTube, people that don't follow me love when I make bold claims. But before we jump into it, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button or dislike button, whatever you want. Follow along, join us on the high ground, and be a part of the Star Wars Closet because we have content going out almost every single week. Now the question remains, what is the best era of Star Wars? You guys ready? You ready to be mad? Or very, very happy? Because what I've learned, if you're a Star Wars fan, there's only two options. You're either extremely happy
or extremely mad.
The best era of Star Wars is the prequels. Episodes 1 through 3. That's right, I said it. Yeah, I'm in my 30s. I'm like all the other ones. I'm like all the other millennials who grew up with the prequels and thinks that the prequels is the best era, but let me tell you why. Grab your lightsabers, pour some blue milk, sit back and relax, and let me, Star Wars Closet, explain to you why I think the prequels is the unequivocally best era of Star Wars. First off, let's talk about what makes an era great. For me, it's about storytelling, world building, iconic moments, and that special Star Wars vibe. The prequels deliver all of this. Now sure, they've got their flaws.
We can't, it's just not possible.
I wish that I could just wish away my feelings.
But hear me out, because this era has some of the most ambitious and incredible moments in all of Star Wars. And I do want to be very clear, this isn't about dialogue or which movie in particular was like the best movie or best filmed. I'm just talking about what gave us the most. What is the best era and why? World building. The prequels give us the richest world building in all of Star Wars. The original trilogy introduced us to this amazing galaxy, but the prequels expanded it. We go from the dusty sands of Tatooine to the gleaming spires of Coruscant, the underwater cities of Naboo, and the fiery chaos of Mustafar. Every single planet seems alive, and it comes more alive with all the detail that comes with it. Compare that to, say, the sequels, where we get more desert planets and a forest or two. The prequels really came out and said, let's show you the Republic in its prime, the Jedi Order at its peak, and the political intrigue that tears it all apart. It is a galactic sandbox, and George Lucas went wild with it. The story. The prequels tell the ultimate tragedy of Anakin Skywalker, how a kid with big dreams became Darth Vader. It's Shakespeare, people. It's well done, well written, not like dialogue wise all the time.
I don't like sand.
It's only because I'm so in love.
Are you an angel?
What?
If you're suffering as much as I am, please tell me.
But it is poetry, and George Lucas said so himself. It was meant to be poetic.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one. Hopefully it'll work.
Episode 1 sets him up as this hopeful, gifted kid. Let's not forget, this kid won a pod race that he probably shouldn't have won, but because of the Force and his talent, he won. This is the kid that built C-3PO. Anakin Skywalker, who became Darth Vader, built C-3PO. C-3PO, who's in all 9 films. The cartoons, he's in the animations. He is one of the only characters that is in every single film in the entire saga. Anakin, who becomes Vader, built C-3PO. It's not talked about enough. That is not the point of this video.
Isn't he great? He's not finished yet.
C-3PO human-cyborg relations. How might I serve you?
He's perfect.
Thank the Maker.
Just move on. Move on. Episode 2 shows his passion and his flaws. You see this kid grow up to be this kind of like angry teenager who knows that he is meant for more, who knows he's capable of more, but feels like he's been held back.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
But you get a glimpse of the dark side of Anakin Skywalker. You catch a glimpse of who he will become. And episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, a masterpiece of heartbreak. That moment when Anakin turns to the dark side, when he ignites his lightsaber against his Jedi brothers and sisters, when Obi-Wan screams,
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you're like me and you grew up with the prequels and you watch this happen, you watch this brotherhood, this bond between Obi-Wan and Anakin, this warrior Jedi who is beloved and who cares so much for his friends, and this character is added onto so much with the Clone Wars series, when you put it all into context and this awesome character turns to the dark side and destroys everything that we've all come to love, I find myself all these years later telling him don't do it. But we all know how it goes. He does it anyway.
What have I done?
The originals are about redemption, but the prequels are about the fall. It's dark, it's messy, and it's powerful. Iconic moments. Can we just take a second to talk about some of these iconic moments that the prequels gave us? Pod racing. The prequels gave us pod racing. It has to be one of the coolest sequences in all of Star Wars.
No, it's not. It's not the coolest. Pod racing? That's so lame. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, who cares about pod racing?
I care about pod racing, okay? Did you play this game? Am I the only one? I know I'm not. This game was awesome. I played it all the time, and I know most of you did too. Pod racing is easily one of the more iconic scenes in all of Star Wars. How about the Duel of the Fates? I wish I could play the track right now, but Disney would come for me. John Williams' best track, hands down. Paired with Darth Maul's double-bladed insanity of a lightsaber, and what gave me, Star Wars Closet, my favorite lightsaber battle of all time. And you had not seen a double-bladed lightsaber until the prequels. Order 66.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Very chilling, very intense, and it's only made worse by what we saw in the Clone Wars and the video games. Order 66 has got to be one of the more iconic and sad moments in all of Star Wars history, given to us, again, by the prequels. How about the lava duel on Mustafar? Pure cinematic adrenaline. The longest fight scene in cinema history. And the whole time you have this kind of like, Anakin's gonna lose somehow. And at the end, when he's standing at the bottom of the hill over the lava and Obi-Wan's on the top and he tells him,
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
we who all love Anakin are just screaming, don't try it, don't do it. But we all know what happens.
My brother Anakin, I loved you.
These are scenes that stick with us. The originals have the Death Star trench run, and the sequels have, Rey lifting rocks.
Boring.
But the prequels just keep delivering banger after banger, iconic moment after iconic moment, meme after meme.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Good job.
Do it.
But these moments are amazing nonetheless. Legacy and impact. Now I already know. I can see the comments. It's like a Jedi. I'm sensing the comments now.
But what about the CGI? What about the dialogue? What about the boring trade disputes?
I would say that's fair. The prequels aren't perfect. No one here is arguing that. But here's the thing. The impact of those 3 movies, A Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, is undeniable. I have said this before, but the prequels, in a lot of ways, have aged like a fine wine. I mentioned the memes, right? The prequels gave us a goldmine of culture. Plus, it spawned the Clone Wars series. And I am not an animation, cartoon kind of person. It's really hard for me to get into. It's really hard for me. I'm one of those just weirdos. When I hear Anakin speaking in the Clone Wars and I know it's not Hayden Christensen, I have a really hard time locking in. Again, everything was delivered very, very well. That's just my personal preference. But the Clone Wars was done so well. And it fleshed out characters like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and gave us Ahsoka Tano, who at first admittedly was hated.
You're stuck with me, Sky Guy.
What did you just call me?
But then became one of the most iconic characters in all of Star Wars. The prequel era is not just 3 movies. It is a foundation that keeps on giving. So then, if I'm picking the prequels, then the question remains, why not the originals or the sequels? The original trilogy is legendary. Do not get me wrong. It is the heart of Star Wars, but it's very simple and it's more contained. The prequels take bigger swings, and the sequels, they happened. I don't know what else to say about that. They happened. The sequels exist. The sequels are 3 movies. But seriously, the sequels, they tried. They feel like a rehash without a clear vision, and I can tell you right now, they did not in fact have a clear vision. The prequels dared to be different, to show us a Star Wars we had never seen before. Love it or hate it, you cannot ignore it. And so there you have it, my case for why I think that the prequels is the best era in all of Star Wars. It's bold, it's epic, and it's got a soul that keeps pulling us back. Now, I will be doing a longer video on each episode of the prequels and my thoughts on them, good, bad, and indifferent. However, this is just my quick overview of why I think the prequels is the best era of Star Wars. It gave us so much. Video games, the movies themselves, the TV shows, the books, the toys, and on and on and on. So then, here's the question. What do you think is the best era of Star Wars and why? Are you team prequels? Are you team originals or sequels? Drop your comments down below and let's get the debate going, but do not argue with me. Whether you agree or disagree, at the end of the day, we're all Star Wars fans, and luckily, we all love each other very much. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. And make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss another Star Wars Closet video just like this. Until then, make sure you take the high ground and subscribe. Be a part of what we're doing here at the Star Wars Closet. I got more hot takes, more videos, more reviews, and so on coming up very, very soon. We will see you all in the next one.